So guys, welcome to Agro31 press conference. Introducing first, we have the challenger, £170 champion, Kane. What's up, Kane?
Apologise for that. How are we doing?
Alright mate, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you? How are you feeling, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm good. Excited for this one.
I am. It's going to be a good card. Very excited for the challenge that Ganja brings. Challenge is a nicer way to say it, but it's definitely going to be interesting. I've been clamoring for this rematch for some time. I think we're both 1-1 now, so I think it'll be definitely very interesting, and it'll go down as one of the biggest fights in Agros without a doubt.
Man, now we've got the challenger in, let's bring the champion, guy Ganja. Ganja, welcome to Agro31 press conference. How are you doing?
You know what, lads?
Wake up.
You know what, Jamie, pal?
How you doing?
I'm doing alright, I'm just a bit fucking hyped for the fight tomorrow. I don't see Kane winning, but I want him to. If anything, I want him to win. I really want him to win, but I don't think he will win. No.
Right, I've got some questions for you. So, first one is for Ganja. In
Well,
Kane's
what's
past,
the
he's had
question,
multiple performances of the nights. Do you think his ability to dig deep in the later rounds may give you any problems?
No, I'll be over in the first round. I know you were trying to be a gun, it generally will. But just the new cheeses I'm using, just the new exploits I'm using, it'll be over in the first round.
Brilliant. Kane, anything to say to that?
I've seen, and I'm pretty wise to the game. I know what's going to come down. I know what's going to happen. If it does get me out in the first round, all power to him. Fair play. No, I don't make excuses if I lose. I accept it and I move on to the next. So I don't care what happens Saturday. I just think it's going to be a very back and forth fight. I don't think it will be as easy as Ganji says, but we never know. I think it will be a very back and forth fight, though.
No, I like that. I do like the response. Look, I hope it is. I hope it's a good fight. I hope it's a fair fight, but just don't see it happening that way. I really want it to be.
Kane, do you think the public and Ganja are underestimating you?
Not underestimating me. He's beaten me before, so if anything, I think if anything, he's giving me more respect from the first and second time we fought. He did say he would prefer the quick finish, because we all would. We all would love to go in there, walk out 10 seconds later, easy night, no worries. I don't think I'm being underestimated anyway. Maybe a little bit by the public, but not by Guy. I think he knows my ability, he knows my skill. And like I said, I think it's going to be an absolute war on Saturday.
Ganja, apart from the exploits, what do you have in your skill set that is better than Kane?
I'll be honest, nothing. He's better than me at everything, but I just know a few exploits.
I love the honesty.
I can't reply to that.
No, I've got 100% respect.
What does?
To be quite frank, I think the guy is a lot better than he gives himself credit for. His stand-up is good. Like I said, the second fight, he knocked me down on the feet and then finished me on the ground. So it wasn't like he took me down and wrestle fucked me, if you will. He did beat me on the feet. So his striking's come a long way from, I think, maybe even his first fight. So he doesn't give himself the respect, and neither do we. We all rinse him. But at the end of the day, top 100, champion in multiple weight divisions. 10-2, first in the world, 10-2. He's got a great record, stellar performances against myself, Betpick, other Morbid, other great fighters. So I think he gives himself not enough respect. But come Saturday, we're both going to be shedding blood, and I think the respect will be mutual on the day.
Kane, what does winning this belt and becoming the first ever 2 division champ mean to you in your agro career?
Legacy. I started off real slow. I finished by some of the worst players we've got. But I slowly, I went away, reevaluated. I never moaned, I never complained, I never cried. I just accepted the fact that I'd lost. I moved on, and I practiced and refined my skill set for the next fight, and that's all I do. I don't. There's no point making excuses at the end of the day. If you lose, you lose. That's just that. So all I've done is just refine my skill set, and this fight, if I do win, I'm not saying I'm going to go out there and blister him, because I do think it will be a back and forth fight. I think it's going to be tough for both of us. But if I do win, and I do come out on top, that's 2 belts, and not only will I be the first to have 2 belts and 2 multiple weight divisions simultaneously, but I will then also defend both belts
That was my next question.
without even on the same night. If they want me to do 170, 155 on the same night, I'm good. I'm just gonna get past Guy first.
Ganja, I know we don't like to look past people, but if you're to win, what's next?
To be fair, what is next? That's why I don't want to win. You know what I mean? If I win, it's the end of aggro for me. That's the truth. I don't want to win.
One of them moments
I really don't want to win.
where you're on top.
It's one of those moments where you just completed it. You know what I mean?
One of them. What now?
Why don't we
moments?
make this? Why don't we make this a little bit more interesting? Right? This is a little proposal. You can obviously say no. If Guy wins, I will happily give him the 170 belt, so then he is the first simultaneous weight champion. It's only fair.
Wow.
Well, it's up to you. I don't mind doing that.
Well, if he wins, if he beats you, it pretty much is the double weight champ, right?
Yeah. I'm happy to. I said that last time when I fought Brandon on 3 days' notice. If he beats me, he's the champion. I'm not. If Ganja beats me, I will happily relinquish the 170 belt to Ganja, and he can have both weight divisions.
You know, yeah, no, I do like the sound of that, but you know, I just think you should keep your belt, keep your fucking belt. You know, I'm just a nice guy at the end of the day. I just want to play the game.
Respect that. Respect.
Looking at the co-main, we've got Morbid versus Jordan. Ganja, how do you see that one going?
What was that? Jordan versus
Morbid.
Morbid. To be fair, I don't fucking know. I feel like Jordan probably somehow Scum will win. I don't know how he'll win. He'll probably will just win. No one. I know Morbid. He just ain't got the minerals to do it. You know what I mean? Do it anymore. Fight the big stage like me.
Yeah, he always has. He always seems to struggle on the biggest of stages, doesn't he?
He does.
Okay.
Not that I don't like him. Not that I don't respect him. He's a good player, but he's just lacking a bit. Yeah, I don't know. He's just lacking something. I don't know what it is. I can't tell what it is. He makes the odd mistake and will lose himself the game. You know, he made the mistake against me. He got armbarred. He probably shouldn't have. He probably should have won that fight. I agree. But you know, he got beat.
Kane, your prediction for Jordan Morbid?
I think it's going to be a close fight. My apologies, boys. I think it's going to be a close fight for sure. Jordan's been away. Is this his return fight, or did he come back last week?
That's his return fight.
A return fight. So he's been off for some time. Again, ring rust does play a factor into it. Especially since the new patch, there's new leg kicks to look out for. There is new cheeses, new exploits. Things that weren't as strong when he was in it may be extremely strong now. So I think it'll be an interesting fight. Morbid, as we have seen, does tend to crumble. Has a very, very good first round, very calculated, but then lets it all sort of slip away come the second and third. So I think if Jordan can survive the first onslaught of the first, it's easy sailing for Jordan. But I do honestly believe it'll go to decision, and I think it will be Jordan by decision.
Right, so before we finish this all off, I've got to get some Mystic Map predictions from both of you. Ganja, how do you see? How's the fight going to end?
Truthfully, round 1 submission, and I don't want it to be that. I really don't want it to be a round 1 submission, but it just will be.
And Kane, how do you see it going?
Round 3 submission. I don't think people underestimate my grappling. They've seen me grapple. I can hang with the best. I took Bet pick down and I did handle him on the feet. There's a few areas that I need to brush up on that I have. And I think Ganja will make a mistake on the floor, and I will capitalise on that and either take his neck or one of his limbs. But I'm going for round 3 submission.
Round 3. Wow.
Round 3.
You hear it there, guys. Thanks to the main event for turning up. We will have some interviews for the co-main. Who's shouting?
Don't know. What the fuck is that?
Right, cheers guys. Thanks for the interviews.
Thank you for that.
We'll
see you.
look forward to speaking to one of you tomorrow after the fight.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, so next up we have the co-main event of Agro31, which is a returning fight from Hung Jordan and Morbin, recently coming off a loss to Guy Ganja for the £155 belt. Just waiting. We'll drag Morbid in now. Charlie.
Oh.
Morbid. How are you doing? How are you doing? Did you listen to the main event presser?
I did, and I heard Kane. He thought that Jordan would beat me, and I personally, I don't agree with it. I'm not happy with it either.
You're not supposed to agree with it. I don't think.
Yeah, but I'm not happy with it because. Wait, what did Ganja say? Who does Ganja think will win?
I can't remember. It's a close fight.
It's not.
He said you bottled it on the big stage. That's what he said.
Yeah, that is right. But this isn't the big stage for me. I've had much bigger fights. This is just a little pebble in a big bowl of rocks. That's the word.
That's the worst.
That's the one.
Right. Anyway, Morbid, similar to the questions I asked the other guys. Jordan's got a lot of experience. 10 KOs in 10 fights.
Yes.
Ex 45-pound champ.
Yes.
How do you see him coming out against you?
Well, Jordan's a good fighter, and I'm aware of this. Me and him have had countless legal fights under many other promotions, and he is a very strong fighter. But his main attribute is he doesn't give up. You could literally punch him 450 times. He keeps on going. He keeps pressing forward. And that's something quite scary for someone who, like, me, I like to wrestle. And he doesn't die, really. He's a bit like Gandra in that aspect. He just does not lose, if you know what I mean, in a weird way. He won't get knocked out, which is why I think I'll have to sub him.
Alright. But we won't ask too much more because I want Jordan to be here.
Oh,
just getting him in now.
Yeah, the main event, Jordan.
What's your prediction for the main event while we're waiting?
Oh, really simple, right? Ganja, very great guy, and he is 10 times the player Kane is. Now I like Kane a lot, but his grappling is not great. It's good, but by no means is it great. Ganja's grappling is great. Now the striking is where he'll beat Ganja, but if it does go in the striking, Ganja has this little sneaky tactic where he doesn't give you room to breathe, and he'll just relentlessly clinch and clinch and clinch. And I'm going to say round one, side saddle armbar. And I truthfully believe that.
To Ganja?
To Ganja, of course, yeah. I think Kane will be overwhelmed. But if Kane does want to beat him, there's one thing which Ganja can't do, and that is defend choke submissions. So if I was Kane, I'd try to choke him out.
He did say that was his prediction.
Round 3, it will not get to right. It will not. If it gets out the first round, I'll be very surprised. Because it's hard to say, but Kane, he's good, and if you saw against Bet-Pick, he was very good. But that wasn't the normal Bet-Pick. That was Bet-Pick fighting with one hand. I don't think he's as good as Ganja. I think Bet-Pick beats him again. And I think I beat him, most importantly. Jordan's in the fucking music channel. Oh, God.
Oh, he is. I can see him now. Jordan, how's it going? Jordan.
Yo,
how are you doing?
Here he is.
How's the audio? Audio bad?
Yeah, it's fine, perfect.
It's beautiful.
Right, so Jordan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Oh shit,
good to have you back. I've got a question for you, Jordan. After taking some time off, analysing what you've done wrong in your past fights, how have you worked on your game, and how do you see you beating Morbid?
My striking's improved tremendously. Been working with some high level players. Wrestling better than it was before. I'm just gonna go in there and dominate. That's all there is to it. I'll respect the Morbid, but he's not on my level. I don't care if he's ESFL, top 10, whatever. He's just not on my level. Simple as that.
Morbid, what did you learn from the ganja fight that you can feel you can implement in the fight with Jordan?
Oh, well, Ganja and Jordan, they're very two different styles, right? Jordan he doesn't cheese, right? And he's naturally quite good at the game, and he doesn't cheese the game. But with UFC 4, the best way to win is cheese the game. So I don't really think the fights are really that comparable. It's two very different opponents, both grapplers, but a very different style of grappling. Such as Ganja will let you sit on top of him and dominate him because he knows he'll flip you over and get the sub. Jordan, I don't think Jordan has that submission ability that Ganja does. You might disagree with me on that, but I don't believe he has the submission ability of Ganja, which puts me in a better position if I am going for more of the ground and pound aspect.
Okay. So, Jordan, if you were to win, where does this put you and what do you want next?
Next is simple. The fucking belt. Kane, Ganja. I don't care. I'm confident that I can win. I know they're both good fighters, good players, but confident that, I can put up a fight and go get the win. But after this fight, I want to take a couple two weeks, then come back, fight for the belt.
Mm-hmm.
Morbid, same for you. If you're to
well,
win, where will you be going? What do you want?
The title again, obviously, but I think it's kind of a paradox against Ganja. If Kane wins, I want the title shot straight away, which won't happen. So with Ganja, I don't know if it's less of a rivalry now because it's 2-0, but both of his wins have been very iffy. And the last time me and him fought, I did in fact win. So I would like the Ganja fight again, but it's more of a fact, should I get the Ganja fight again?
Well, Jordan, I asked Morbid the same question. How do you see the main event going?
See the main event. I don't know. Like I said, they're both good fighters. Ganja, number one in the world right now, or Europe at least. And
World, surprisingly.
And Kane, very good player, very underrated. And but I think Ganja takes it. State of the game right now with cheese. It's king. And I hope Kane has been working on the cheese, how to defend it, and things like that, because he did before this patch and the patch before that he did neutralize Ganja. So hopefully he's working on that. But I don't know, man. But if I had to pick, I'll go Ganja. Ganja, second round sub.
Morbid, do you feel like Jordan's underestimating you a little?
No. I think it's fair because if you look at my last fight, I made a silly mistake and I got tapped out. But I've ironed that out. Like with the preparation to the Ganja fight, I was more concerned about my Terraria Worlds than the UFC 4 game. Now I've fully stayed on UFC 4. I've shot up to about, I think, 20 something in the world right now. I've been playing the best people in the world for the last 2 days. I've been playing the best in the world consistently. Jordan has not. Jordan's just been playing, barrel of the bottom, Div 19, Div 18, just people that, anyone can beat. But I've been playing the creme de la creme, top ESFL level players. I think that'll really show things that I've learned off them. And
well, to step in on that, for one, as far as I'm concerned, I'm number one. So shit anyway. Number two, I do play ring, but like I said, if you were listening, I have been playing very, very high level players.
Yeah, but I think your definition of high level is probably quite different to mine.
High level players is high level players. I'm not gonna name any names, because
you'll probably spar.
Confidentiality. Yeah. But they've been helping me get my striking better, head movement, things like that. But
well, I'm gonna assume one of them is Tree.
I can cheese if I wanted to. Choose not to cheese because I have respect.
You can't cheese me though. That's one thing that nobody can do.
I'm not gonna cheese you, but if I want to, if it goes there, I'm gonna cheese. Like I can cheese if I want to,
I can promise you this, Jordan. The fight will not get out of 2 minutes. If the fight goes past the 2 minute mark, I've done something wrong.
Right, so that's your prediction then, Morbid. submission in
Yeah.
around 2 minutes, I guess.
No, could be a submission, could be a knockout. I just know I finish him in 2 minutes.
Okay. Jordan, what's your prediction for the fight?
Like I said, I see me dominating the fight. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna get him in this. Honestly, like I said, no offense, it's all respect. But when it's time to fight, it's time to fight. I'm going in there, dominate. I'm going to play around with Morbid, but like I said, when I feel like I'm ready to knock out Morbid or submit him, I'm going to do it.
You couldn't fucking tap a fly. I mean, your submission offense it's non-existent.
Listen, like I said, estimate Morbid, be prepared to do whatever you're going to do because it's not going to work. But
I know exactly what I'm going to do.
You're basing my skill these for fun spars that we had in the past. Before all that thing, don't suspend me. But
we never sparred, Jordan. Never happened.
But you can base it off that, and you sadly mistaken if you are. But I'm ready for Saturday. Looks like I'm prepared. So it is what it is, and I'm ready.
Okay, cheers guys for attending on the short
I bet,
notice.
Jamie.
We will see you tomorrow. I look forward to speaking to one of you after the co-main tomorrow evening.
I look forward to speaking to you too, Jamie.
Cheers guys.
In a bit.